Four seasons lost. In Austin, I saw pause. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pair wise dice. Then a tin to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Dog dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? Once injected paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear clear. Grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving in grain. Rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there. Remove your underwear. Shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise. We know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom, the truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. And you know, it is Tuesday, so you guys already know where I'm at. I'm at George's Happy Hog Barbecue, enjoying it. And we'll be here next week, but that's in January. So next week is January, yeah. But I will say this, we are starting something very fantastic and new. We will be, we're going to try every Monday or every other Monday. We're going to go to a different high school and just introduce the basketball and talk to the coaches, film some of their practices and things like that, talk to administrators and see what's happening in the school. So we're going to add another addition to the Unpopular Hour. So we'll be starting an hour early just so we can get those coaches in and do all the things that you want to say. But today I want to say thank you for everybody watching and maintaining us, because we are on our 155th show. Yes, 155th episode of the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. And today, like I said, we are coming to you from George's Happy Hog. If you've never been here, it's a place you should come to. Most of the people I know, when they get here, they're just like, oh my God, the place is so fantastic. Yes, it is. It's located at 712, Culbertson Drive. They're open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7. They are just east of Lincoln, south of the hey, what's happening? What's going on, big dog? Nothing. They are south of the state capitol and north of the OU Medical Center. And if you've never been in here, trust me, it's a place that you want to come and visit. You can call 405-525-8111, and I can tell you right now, if you've never been here, of course, I've got my watermelon sweet tea. You guys know me. Man, that stuff is so good. Today I'm doing hot links, and I'm not doing the ends, Carolyn. So don't get mad. And Randy, I'm not doing the ends today. I'm actually doing ribs today. I'm gonna do ribs today with, and I'm not doing greens. I'm actually doing green beans, and I'm doing mac and cheese because it's Tuesday. So remember, every Tuesday, Friday they have mac and cheese. But everybody who comes here just absolutely loves it. And they go, man, I didn't even know that place was here. I was like, yeah, well, just like every good place, it's got to be found, and people have got to tell you about it so that you can come and enjoy it. So that being said, there is a Thunder game tonight, the last of our 7 games that we will be playing this around 7-game homestand. Remember, we played 5 road games. We came back and won 7. We are 3-3 right now of our home stand. So lost our first 2, won 3 in a row, and then lost the last one in OT. So today we played against the Spurs. They're 11-22. The Thunder are 14-17. The Thunder are -7, not +7. That's -7. I'm so used to us being plus. We are -7 with an over-under 236. So I'm interested to have my guy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com come on and talk about that. And then, of course, as always, we give our Thunder keys to the game, the Matt Clark Thunder keys to the game. Of course, we'd have to get off to a good start. I'm not going to change that. I think that's going to be one of my keys, because we have to get off to a good start every quarter. And remember, third quarter, we are the number 1 team in the NBA in scoring, third quarter, and then the plus-minus difference, which I think is 4 points, still 4 points or 4.1, something like that. Anyway, but that's so we have to get off a good start every quarter, and a lot of that has to do with who he has starting the second and the fourth quarters, because you can't be starting G League players if you're trying to win. I'm sorry, you can't do that. It's just you got to start your players. G League players, two-way players, whatever you want to call them, are meant to play a little bit, not a lot. We got to get them to turn the ball over. We are leading the NBA in 17, forcing 17 turnovers, a game that leads the NBA. So that's the only reason why we've been in, because we are second in scoring. Sixth in scoring, but we're also we may be seventh now because the Nets have moved all the way up to second in scoring and third in defense, and we are 28th in defense. That's why they have won 9 in a row. Jacques Vaughn's gotten them play defense, which is something I think we need to have. We have no shooters. They've got guys who come off the bench and score. We do not. We need to have guys who come off the score. That's one of the things that we need. And then we have to forget the fact we just beat them 119-111, I think, for their 9th or 10th loss in a row or something like that in last month in November. And then we can't get caught up with threes. If we get caught up trying to shoot a bunch of threes, we are going to be in trouble. That's just not something that we can do as a team if we want to be successful doing that. And then when you look at what the Thunder has done, like I said, we're averaging 115 points a game. Opponents 116. That's down from 117. So we're slowly getting better and better on defense. 46% we're allowing and shooting. Field goal, 3-point percentage has gone way down for them. Ours is still right around 33. We need to be up at 40%, but of course we don't have shooters in order to do that. But we got guys who think they are and they continue to shoot, which is a detriment to our team, I believe. Assists, 24-24. We're only averaging 14 turnovers. That's kind of up. We were at 13 for quite some time. Now we're at 14, but we are turning the opposing team over 17 times, which, quite frankly, that's why we're in games. That's why we're in games, is because we can do that. We are forcing turnovers because, what do I say? Long shots equal long rebounds equal what? Transitional points and the flow of the game for us, because then at that point we can knock down shots. If you'll ever notice, when we're knocking down threes, that's when we do them. And then what I have noticed is, remember I was going to take some stats every time I talk about it, what the Thunder are doing as far as our coaching and how he's costing us points. He costs us points at the beginning of every second and fourth quarter because of his lineup. There's no way you can't have Joshua if you're second best player. You can't have your two best players off the court at the same time. You can't do that. You got to have your best player on the court and your second best player on the court. So when Josh goes out, SJ is on the court. When SJ goes out, Josh is on the court. Now, of course, SJ plays the whole first quarter, whole third quarter, which he should except for one game. Remember, we talked about that, how he pulled him out. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And the team went on a run. Anyway, SJ plays the first quarter, third quarter. Then he plays the final, whatever he decides, whether it's 4 minutes, 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. To me, he should be playing no less than the last 6 minutes of the second quarter and the fourth quarter, period. I know that's a lot of minutes for him, but he's young. As you get older, then you can kind of manage his minutes. But remember my guy Nimoy Jones, when he was doing the show with me at Cats a few weeks ago, or last week I guess it was, he brought up the great point. He's managing minutes, not the game. He's managing the minutes of the players, not managing the game. And I think that was a huge point. That puts everything in perspective. Mark, the way he looks at 2 minutes too long. Me, the way I look at it, that he costs us points because of starting lineups. He's managing minutes, not games, not the game. Makes a huge difference because, if the game is tight, he'll sit there like I forget what game it was, a couple games ago. Was it, maybe it was our overtime loss. SGA said, I'm like, why is he on the bench? The score is we're up 2 with 7 minutes to go, and you waited to 5 minutes to go. Unfortunately, we maintain the lead. But, dude, you can't do that. 7 minutes to go, you can't just go, okay, he's going to warm up. No, get him in the game so the last 3 minutes he can get into it and take over, because the last 3 minutes of the game he should have his ball. He should have the ball in his hands every possession down court. Now, if it's in transition, that's completely different. But if it's a setup and we're setting up in a setup in our half-court offense, he should have the ball in his hands every time, especially from about 12 seconds on. He needs to have the ball in his hands at minimum of 12 seconds. And that way he can make his move, he can cut to the basket, he can drive to the basket. We got to have guys cutting to the basket. And then, of course, our best three-point shooters we need to have on the wing. And, he, like I said, he's done a great job with Muscala. He's kind of figuring out, I want to drive towards Muscala's man, make Muscala's man come to me, and I kick it off to Muscala because when you do that, Muscala gets wide open looks. And he's a much better shooter if he's wide open than he is contested, just like every other NBA player, let's just not name Steph Curry or Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving because they're just going to go, and it is what it is. So, welcome to the show to my boy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com, who was on fire last night, and Bowling Green let you down. What was up with that, bro?
Man, they just absolutely killed me. But good afternoon. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
And all of that, right?
I mean, just sold the bag on the 6-0 holiday.
By the way, bro, you lucky you weren't on a little area. You lucky you weren't on a little area. They were talking about your Cowboys. You know, those Eagles fans back there. They were talking. Some Eagles fan came in. They were busting on your Cowboys.
Hey, how's that L taste? How's that L taste? 40 burger on that defense.
Hey, you know what's funny is,
and we spotted you 10 points.
Dude, what is incredible about that game is Dak Prescott did something. When he threw that interception, and you got to admit, you thought it was over, didn't you?
No, I didn't think
it was over. Drew,
you
thought, here we go.
Here
we go.
I wasn't happy with the pass. I mean, he's got to complete that pass. If they're going anywhere, that's an easy 20-yard pickup.
Nobody in front of him.
Out there.
Yep.
But I didn't think it was over. I mean, they've been coming from behind all year.
Yeah, but I thought big game on the line, national TV. He threw a pick early. I thought, oh boy, and then he got out of that sack, which I still don't know how the hell he stood up on his feet and shrugged the defender off and then threw a strike for a first down. I was like, oh, well, Dak might got something going on here. And he never looked back after that. So he had a great game.
I mean, all these Philly fans talking all that noise about their quarterback wasn't there. Where were they when Cooper Rush was playing in Philly and it was a 3-point game in the fourth quarter? Where was all that energy?
Well, running their mouth. They were back there. They were back there talking trash, just letting you know. But
it's all right. Hey, that's all right. I just hope they can win a playoff game. If so, we're going to come up there and wipe the field with them again.
Dude, they're beat up. They're beat up, and my power rankings are really showing that. They're beat up, Drew. Man, they're beat up.
Yeah, losing Lane Johnson
did not help.
That's a big loss.
Well, he'll be back
losing
for the playoffs.
That cornerback hurts.
But you know what? My deal is this with Jalen Hurts. He could miss a month, Drew, before he plays.
Yeah.
If they have home field advantage, he could miss a whole month before he plays.
Hey, I'm telling you, don't count those chickens before they hatch. Because if he don't play this weekend, New Orleans can beat them.
Yeah.
And then you come down to the last game of the year against the Giants team trying to make the playoffs, division rival. That's not a given.
And are they at the Giants or are they at Philly? If it's at Philly.
In Philly.
Well, I think Philly will get it done if it's in Philly. That's kind of how I look at that.
But that's not who you want to play on the last game of the year.
No, you want a gimme. And there's quite frankly, with only one team having home playoff, I like that because now teams can't really take, unless they've got it really in hand, you can't really take that playoff. Now, if they win this weekend, then it doesn't matter. They can take it off.
Yep.
It won't matter.
I promise you, they don't want to play Hurts this weekend.
No.
And they damn sure don't want to play in the last game of the year against the Giants.
Well, that's what I was saying. If they win this weekend without Hurts, they don't have to play him, and that will be a whole month. They'll have home field. He'll miss a whole month before he's on the field again. That's a long time.
I tell you, and I've seen that happen before. Dallas did that a few years ago, and Dak set out 3 weeks. They came back, and he looked rusty.
He looked red egg. Yep, laid an egg. And, to me, I don't know if having home field is that big of a deal, is it? I mean, you get to rest, but you're out of sync. Everybody else is playing.
I think it is it depends on the matchups. You know, if you draw a West Coast team and you get them out there in the cold weather, majority of the time, although San Fran proved last year that didn't matter, going into Green Bay and beating them.
Yes.
But that being said, this is a division rival. Dallas, the weather's not going to matter in that game. It's going to be about turnovers. It's going to be about, in the playoffs, can you stop the run? If you can't stop the run, which they surprisingly did on Saturday, but then Dak Prescott throws for 400 yards on him because they stacked the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, well, he was actually complete. And I tell you what, I was skeptical whether CeeDee Lamb could be a number one. I'm no longer skeptical.
Man,
He is ridiculous, dude. Amari Cooper clearly Amari Cooper was in his way. Do you not agree, Drew?
Yeah, 100%.
He was in his way. There's no, but you know what? Like I always said, when it comes to stuff like that, we're not on the practice field. If you're not watching a practice, you have no idea what's really happening, who's doing what. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not there. We can go, well, why is this guy playing? Why is that guy not playing? There's a reason.
I tell you what, all these Philly prognosticators all over ESPN. I mean, what was it Saturday? Everybody decided to wear green on Saturday. I mean, Jimmy Johnson's wearing green. Aaron Andrews wearing green. I mean, just a damper on there.
Jimmy Johnson was trying to give him bad
plans.
luck. Well, he was trying to give him bad luck. He did not. You think Jimmy Johnson wants the Eagles over the Cowboys? No.
Well, you wouldn't think so.
No. I don't think he and Jerry probably have buried the hatchet to some point, some degree, but there's no way in hell Jimmy Johnson likes the Philadelphia Eagles. He can't. You can't be the Cowboys coach that long to like Philly.
The only bad thing about it is that they're probably going to have to play in the semis and not in the NFC Championship game, which will suck.
What are you talking about?
That's all right.
In Dallas, you mean? You talking about in Dallas?
But, yeah, I mean, the Cowboys are going to have to go on the road both times. Dallas is going to have to go to Philly, and if they beat Philly in the semis in the playoffs, they're going to have to go to San Fran most likely for the NFC Championship.
I don't know if anybody can beat them. I know you don't like Brock Purdy, but dude, he's playing pretty good. This is one thing I've seen about Purdy.
Yeah, Purdy. He hasn't beat any. Who has he beat?
No. I'm gonna say this about him.
The Redskins?
No. I will say this. He has unlocked the secret weapon. He's learned from Patrick Mahomes. Throw the ball to your tight end. You know what I'm saying? Kittle he's a beast. There ain't nothing you can say. George Kittle is a beast. Oh, nothing to say. Okay. Tell him, Ben. Tell him, Ben.
Boys, Kittle 2 touchdowns. McCaffrey another one. They're both they score.
No, dude, I'm sorry, Drew. I'm not putting him on a pedestal. All I'm saying is he's Cooper Rush. That's what he is.
Yep.
He's Cooper Rush.
Wait till
he's running the offense. He's doing all the little things he's got to do. He's Cooper Rush. Will you give him that? You don't want to give him that, Drew?
I'd give it.
He just went radio silent on us, Ben. I guess he don't want to give us nothing, man.
But yeah, good talking to you, boys. Just popped on here.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, well, I see you just jumped on trying to be on the Purdy bandwagon.
I was like, hold on, that thing's Purdy.
And your boy just fell out on us.
So. Wrong.
Let me go ahead and pay some bills real quick.
No,
maybe he'll come back on and he'll calm down a little bit. I want to thank Collaborative Logic and for their sponsorship of this day of our show. If you have any computer needs or if you need software written to make your office run smoother, they are the people to talk to. Or if you need some software written or you need websites, designs, they are the people to talk to for that. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, Mark Long and the guys over there are fantastic for that. They are the best, and they like to be behind the scenes. So anything you want to develop, they can do it and make sure everything is running properly. My guy, Oak Grove Trucking and Jose Fierro, sorry about those Broncos, bro. They fired their coach, which, of course, we'll talk about here in a little bit. And then, as always, Greg and Max Nafee, how they take care of me, as always, and sponsor the show at NAFCO. And then last but not least, YNB, family-owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that make things happen.
Yes, they do.
Unlike Brock Purdy.
Yeah, God, dude. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. If you have any needs for any personal or business loans, you can pre-qualify at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And then we also want to thank them for our remote live stream sponsorship of us here at Georgia's Happy Hog, because without them, we would not be here. So we want to thank them for our sponsorship of minority, women, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. And once again, we are at Georgia's Happy Hog. Ben, you haven't been here. Drew has, so he knows exactly what I'm saying about them burnt ends. They are beasts. I did not have them tonight.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Just put my name on that card when you take it over to my mom.
Receipts.
Hey, next week, remember, wait a minute. Tomorrow, Drew. I mean, Thursday, we're at the bank.
Thursday.
We're at the bank Thursday. But anyway, they're at 712 Culbertson Drive, just south of the state capitol, north of the OU Medical Center off of Lincoln. You can only go east up Culbertson, because if you try to go west, you'll run into the Harn Homestead. Like, if you have any catering events, you can contact them at 405-525-8111. And by the way, guys, I don't know if you heard this, but today is our 155th show. Today.
155.
155.
I'm on about 15 or so.
Yeah, you're on there. Well, Drew is about.
But you guys, that's 155. That's a hell of a mark for you boys.
Yeah, Drew is. We'll start our second year in January. That's
awesome.
Next Monday we'll start our second year. But anyway, for Drew, he went 5-1 yesterday. He was on fire except for Bowling Green. And then here's today's lineup. I mean, you got a good lineup here today, Drew. You got the Lakers starting it off, +4.
They got to come off the snide somehow. I mean, they can't get beat by the Magic.
You wouldn't think, right?
I'm with you. And 4 points. I'm with it.
But, Drew, they lost last night. I mean, what is that? The other night? I mean, what is that?
I mean, they lose because LeBron can't carry a basketball team because he's not the GOAT.
And he's not the GOAT anymore. He can't do it anymore. No. 10 years ago, he'd be able to do it. Wizards +4.5.
Yeah, I just think that's a rivalry game there with the Sixers tonight, and I normally take the Sixers, but on the road at Washington, coming off a little Christmas dinner, give me the Wiz at home. The 76ers didn't want to travel.
No, they really didn't. No, they didn't. And then of course you got the Clippers again for the over again, but it's only 218. They're not going to score 142 points again.
They might. They very well might. The Raptors score points too, as well.
No, so, I like the over, but I don't think they're going to score 140 again.
They should have got beat.
Yeah, I know they should have.
That was a wild game.
Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, they should have. The Suns +8.
Yeah, that line just seems off to me there. Memphis shouldn't be that big a favorite over Phoenix, and Phoenix isn't missing anybody that's of real importance, so they should be all right.
Then of course,
I think 8's too many points.
Then of course you've got our Thunder and the Spurs tonight. You got the Spurs +7.
Yeah, the Spurs play OKC tough every time, and OKC plays down to their competition. They'll come out and lay an egg in the first half. I think OKC wins the game, but 7's a lot.
Yeah, it really is. Mavericks.
And San Antonio plays them tough every time they play.
Yeah, we beat them 8 last time, and part of my keys was forget about that you just beat them, and that they went 1-16 in the month of November. You can't think about that stuff. You have to move on. You can't dwell on it.
1-16.
They were 1-16 in the month of
that is brutal.
They had lost 9 in a row.
Yeah,
or 10 in a row. It was something stupid that they lost, but they were terrible.
And a terrible Christmas because you already know your season ended.
Yep, and then you've got the Mavericks -5.
Yeah, the Mavericks, they looked good on Christmas Day. And I look for them to kind of give that carryover. They've been home for Christmas. They got a home game. They got a home game against the Knicks coming to town, traveling across country. That's a good spot for the Mavericks tonight.
Then you got the football, of course, college football tonight. It's in the full swing of the bowls. And you've got Wisconsin. You like them, really? Tonight over our boys?
I just don't know how Oklahoma State's going to generate any points. And if you live here, too, they're a dumpster fire right now.
They are.
I mean, they don't know which way's up and how to get out the front door and get out of their own way. So I don't like the matchup with Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a run-heavy stop defense.
Yeah.
Their coach has been hanging around, and he'll have some trick plays up their sleeves. I don't like the matchup. If it was anybody else but a Wisconsin team that's just going to grind them and pound them, I don't like the matchup. I don't really like the game. I don't know how great a game it's going to be, but it's I mean it's a good bowl game. They get to go out. You get to go out to Phoenix. I just hope they just don't come out and lay an egg.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't think the 9:15 start time helps very much.
No, it doesn't. It's probably not going to help with a walk-up crowd either.
Nope.
So
Not one damn bit.
But you know what? Everybody have a good time. Who doesn't want to have fun? And I guess it's
hey,
Glendale.
Scottsdale's a good time.
Scottsdale's a really, really good time. Okay, Coastal Carolina, +7.
Well, Coastal Carolina is an upbeat run and shoot offense. I look for them to be a high-scoring football game. 7 points is a lot in any of those bowl games, as I just found out just a second ago with Buffalo +4 beating my Georgia Southern Eagles.
Yeah, I saw that.
No.
The Southern. Yeah, you had that on. That was an early game. Yeah, he had Georgia Southern here. Then of course you've got Memphis as your third to last pick since Georgia Southern's already played.
Yeah, Georgia Southern just laid an egg. They dropped 4 interceptions today.
Four?
How do you drop 4 interceptions during a football game?
Hit him in the shoulder pads.
Hit him in the hands, I guess, right in the wrong spot.
No.
I don't know.
Well,
They had the left hand on the right hand.
And Memphis just kicked off, and Memphis has the ball here. What are they doing?
Yep.
On the Utah State 30-yard line, looks like. I can't looking down here. Yeah. So, anyway, I like Memphis a lot in that game. Utah State doesn't really do much for me. Memphis should beat them, even if they're missing some players, just because they should have the better athletes on the field.
Well, now we're going to go to our NBA power rankings because, dude, I tell you what, the Nets, I had to put them up a little higher in my deal, dude. They're won 9 in a row, dude. Drew. I had to stick them in there. I had to move them up. They finally got it ready. It seems like Jacques Vaughn has got them to do one thing: play defense. But you know what? KD said, I want, our pregame warm-up, we're not getting anything out of it. We're not doing this. And Jacques' like, okay, cool, but I'm going to do all this. But, hey, I need y'all to play defense. And Ben Simmons still can't score. But
No.
Excuse me. He could score, but he could shoot.
He can't walk and chew gum, but
Go ahead.
Just such a lid on the basket for that kid. Holy shit.
No, what had happened is that he got when he had that bad game, and Doc Rivers and Embiid is an ass. Okay, so forget what he said. But when Doc Rivers didn't have his back, they ruined that kid right there. This kid was an all-star every year he was in the league, rookie of the year, rolling. And I think Embiid was a little jealous. Don't you think, Drew?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I think he's a little jealous, and he wanted all the spotlight to himself.
Taking some of that shine. Yeah, he was taking a little bit of shine.
There's no question.
He wanted a little bit on his side.
No question. But anyway, we have the Celtics. I've got the Celtics, the Nuggets, the Nets, the Cavaliers, and the Grizzlies in my top 5. Drew, you have the Celtics, the Grizzlies, the Bucks, the Nets, and the Nuggets.
Yep, that's about right.
Yeah, and then in my my bottom 5, my bottom 10 is the Bucks, the Pelicans, the Sixers, the Suns, and the Clippers. And you've got Suns, Clippers, Mavs, Cavs, and Hawks. I'm still not sold on the Clippers. They're still the Clippers no matter how I look at them. They're the JTS Mets Clippers to me. I just can't give them love even like you did. I just can't give them love. I really can't.
I like that. They're still the JTS Clippers.
Yeah, they are. I just can't. I just can't give them love. It's like I was watching the Captain the other night. When they played. The Yankees played the Mets, and Derek Jeter goes, "I'm sorry, they're just the Mets." He goes, "I don't really mean it bad, but they're the Mets."
It's just what's happening.
Yeah, it's just the Clippers. It's just.
I won't put them. It's like putting Duke in my top 25. Won't happen.
Yeah, well, you got the Clippers in your top 10. You got them 7. I've got them 10.
Yep.
Well, yeah, so it happened. You got them way up there. I just can't. I just couldn't do it. I just
Getting healthy.
Yeah,
Getting healthy,
and I don't know if Kawhi gonna ever play again. I mean, he said now he's gonna play again. He's taking, how much money is he taking from them? In the 200 and what million?
This goes back to what we talked about yesterday.
I don't have the Clippers in my top 10. Let's hold the phone,
dude. You got the Clippers in your top 10, bro.
No, I don't. Look at what I sent over to you today,
bro. You're tripping.
My revised top 10 does not have the Clippers. I mean, I know I went to Oklahoma State.
You don't. Ooh, you don't. My bad. Yeah, the Pelicans. I just had to stick the Clippers in there for you.
Yeah.
My bad. I left them in there. You had them in there before. You did not have them. My
Oh,
bad. You had the Celtics.
my bad.
You had the Celtics. You had the Nuggets.
mean-
You had the Nuggets, the Suns. Well, you had the Suns, the Pelicans, the Mavericks, Cavs, and Hawks.
Exactly.
I still can't put the Hawks in there. I even trade my boy. I still can't put the Hawks in there, man. I know you like them.
I don't know why.
He likes Trey Young. He likes Trey Young. That's what he likes, Trey Young. I just
Who
don't
doesn't?
see it. I know I like him, but not enough to put his team in the top 10 in the NBA. No, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I don't watch enough. I can't have a say in that.
Now, the NBA games last night, we're going to do that, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do football and then some hockey.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
But in the NBA games last night, Drew, I know you watched the NBA last night, didn't you?
I did.
And there was some.
The Nets were easy money last night, and that Clippers over was easy money. And the Heat were easy money. The Pelicans was easy money. I mean,
well,
I think
just
you won by about
put
30 points last night.
put the stamp on it and send it on down the line. If Bowling Green could have held their butt. Bowling Green's quarterback going out on the first drive of the game cost me a 6-0 slate yesterday.
yeah, can you? I mean, that's just ridiculous right there. I still can't believe that happened.
BS, late hit, out of bounds, dirty hit, and they don't even throw a flag.
Dude, how about they chronicle Mac Jones in the dirty plays? They likened him to Grayson Allen as far as cheap players, because quarterbacks is like.
And that's really going out on a limb and saying something too.
Yeah.
When you get compared to Grayson Allen.
And every team needs a Grayson Allen. You hate. When
No,
you
you don't need no Grayson Allen.
I do not need a Grayson. I do not need a Grayson Allen.
That's hockey shit. That ain't no basketball.
Yeah.
We do not football. We do not want no great. No, my deal is this. In basketball, look, I don't need you undercutting me. If you want to stop me, stop me. Don't clip me. Don't undercut
that
me.
undercutting. I don't like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's
you need
Grayson
to
Allen and
advocate.
stuff. But that's Grayson Allen. He's dirty. To me, there's no room for dirty
you
plays.
need somebody that's gonna,
I need Grayson Allen like I need a lip fungus. I don't need Grayson Allen.
A lip fungus. That's hilarious.
That's
a lip
good.
fungus. But anyway, yeah, they were. Dude, I'm sorry. They started showing up.
I'm not for.
Well, no, but they were showing the plays that today what Mac Jones has done. They still haven't found him. I'm like, they started showing me the stuff he's done. I'm like, how is he a quarterback and he's getting away with that? But it's just back in the day, he'd have got cleaned up.
Let's all be real here for a second. If you do have a Grayson Allen on your team, you like him on your team instead of the other team.
Pat Beverly.
Yeah, just like he'll get some flags, he'll get some fouls. But you want him on your team.
I'd be hard pressed to even think you'd want Grayson Allen on your own team. I mean, it ain't like you're going out to dinner with the guy or hanging out and watching football with him. I mean, what are you doing with him? I mean, basically just talking about his dirty plays and.
Well, he had a
nasty.
That guy's an absolute prick.
He had a nasty dunk against Boston, though.
Yeah, but I mean, a highlight here and there. I mean, but like obviously, I'm just saying, you want that guy on your team, not the other team. That guy's an a-hole.
I just don't want him on my team. I don't want anybody dirty on my team. I don't
like the undercuts like that. That's not fair.
If you're dirty,
that's different from hockey, from what I'm used to. That's a little bit different. That's not my thing.
Yeah. But anyway, so in the NBA, the Clippers beat the Pistons last night, 142-131. We already talked about that. The Nets just destroyed the Cavs. And Kyrie, and how about Kyrie and Garland going at it, Drew? That kid is that kid is the truth, man. He's
really good. He was really good at Alabama too.
Yeah, he's gonna be pretty nasty. T-Wolves and the Heat. The Heat got the T-Wolves by 3.
Hey, dude, the Heat are coming around. They almost made my top 10, but I got a fond spot for the Hawks. So
yeah, clearly you have a fond spot. And then the Rockets. How about that? I did not see that coming.
No, the Rockets have burned me a couple times this year. Just all of a sudden waking up and deciding they want to beat somebody.
How about I don't know. I think I don't know if I touched on this with Ben yesterday, but how about James Harden wanting to come back to the Rockets?
Wow!
He wants to go to the strip clubs.
That's exactly
I was
what
really about to say the same damn thing.
Hey, well, Houston, I can testify. Houston has the best strip clubs in the world. I can just testify to that. I can just tell you that right now. Yeah, not that I've been there a lot, but that's just what I heard.
I'll give Atlanta the thumbs up on the wings, but Houston's right next to it.
That's what I heard. I don't know if I'm not really a strip club connoisseur or anything, but that's just what people tell me. The Pacers, don't say a word, Drew. Pacers, Pelicans. The Pelicans got the Pacers 113-93.
Pacers are terrible.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, but they can beat the Lakers.
Now they can beat the Lakers.
Good for Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry Bird, whatever. Utah and the Spurs. The Spurs got the Jazz last night. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I mean they're coming in on a winning streak in OKC.
Now they were at home though, so that helps, Drew. They were at home when they beat Utah, and Utah is pretty good, especially in Salt Lake City, but because they are just a hodgepodge of different players who didn't make teams on other sides.
They're fundamentally like just they're all around great. Like,
yeah, they really are.
That's what I like about the Utah Jazz. They just, you know what I mean?
The Utah Jazz should not lose to the San Antonio Spurs with all the people they got on that roster.
I
agree with you 1,000,000%. And the Jazz, I love them because they play basketball the right way. That's, you know what I mean? I don't know. Could just be me, but that's what I think.
I don't like anything Utah. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Grayson Allen should play for the Utah Jazz. I don't see that should have been a prerequisite.
I was trying to connect the dots there, and you guys cut me off.
Oh, what's that? Well, we'll connect the dots. Connect the dots, Ben. Sorry, I'm just not a Utah fan, Ben. That's why
you should play the Jazz, shouldn't you?
I'm not. No. Ooh, wow.
You guys did it for me.
Okay.
You guys did it for me.
I'm out on that deal 100%. I can promise you that. Okay. How about NFL football last night? I don't even know if I want to talk about it. Oh.
Is it just a bunny? I mean, that was free money.
I looked at that last night. I was like, how did they even have this on, Drew? How did they? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the Colts.
How they didn't broach that and put the Cowboys Eagles on Sunday Night Football? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. They're in that flex schedule. Like they can flex it. They could have done that, and they did not. They decided not to. And I feel like that was. I mean, 20-3. That's a terrible. I mean,
ruined all those Philly fans' Christmas. I mean,
100%.
This NFL just did them wrong.
Yes, sir.
Did they do them wrong, Drew?
I think so.
They did. I mean, had them sitting around the tree waiting to open up some presents, and then just get a 40 burger hang on you on Christmas Eve.
Ben, I told him that they were talking trash in here when I first got here, George. Those Eagle fans in the back behind the counter, they were running their mouths. But anyway, Chargers, I think they had this game on because, you know, it was a chance for Justin Herbert to make the playoffs for the first time and to have a winning record. To me, that's why they had it on there. Other than that, I mean, the culture is just a dumpster fire. They're terrible. It's just horrible. I mean, they're bad. They really, truly are they're just bad. I mean, that's just the way we look at it. Now, for NBA schedule this week, it ought to be pretty interesting. I tell you what, I think we've got, probably 6 or 7 games that mean a lot, you know what I'm saying, as far as what's going to be up on the schedule for this coming week, starting with the Cowboys
the
Titans Thursday night.
Yep. It's a big game. I mean, Dallas needs to keep winning, and Titans need to win.
That game is absolutely huge.
But the Titans –
for both teams in the standings, you know, like you got the Jags playing. They're playing.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like the game. I don't like it. That's a tough matchup for Dallas. That's a physical football team. Dallas coming off a short week, having to travel to Tennessee to go up against probably one of the most physical offensive lines of running backs in the NFL. Even though Tennessee's not playing well right now, but I promise you this: they will get up for Dallas. Dallas will come in there, and that'll be the biggest crowd they have all year. You watch.
I'm worried that the Texans are going to beat the Jags. That's what I'm worried about. And then it's going to just change the whole entire thing. And I think the Cowboys are going to go in there, like you said, or I believe, like, you know, the Cowboys Titans. That game's going to be absolutely insane, like you were just saying. And then
it will be a good game.
I feel weird the Jags might lose. I'm on that edge.
Well, we're not at the Jags. We're at the Titans right now. We're at the Titans.
Chance of losing. I think Dallas has a better chance of losing to the Titans than the Jags do to the Texans.
Yes, I agree.
Are done.
Well, we haven't got there yet, Ben. We're on the Titans right now. You got to stay. You're way ahead of. That's way.
I don't like the fact that Tennessee has to win to get in the playoffs. I don't like the fact that Dallas just comes off hanging a 40 burger on the Eagles, and they're probably still drinking down there right now. So. I don't know. It's a bad matchup. I just hope Dallas can get out of there without And then Dallas doesn't really have a whole lot to play for them. Then they got an outside shot at maybe winning the division if Philly drops 2 games in a row. So what does Dallas really have to play for? Because they're pretty much locked into their playoff spot.
They're locked where they are. That loss 2 weeks ago just killed them. Just
destroyed
them. It just killed them. That was a horrible loss.
Because if you're Philly and you go into the Giants on the last game of the year and you lose that game, Dallas wins the division.
Yes.
So.
We got Cardinals and Falcons next. Falcons need to get a W. The Cardinals are just Clint Kingsbury is probably done. How about J.J. Watt? That was going to be our NFL news.
Yeah, he retired.
He's retiring. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Still the only person to have 2 20-sack seasons. That's insane.
And
that's insane.
That is absolutely insane. And also, I really like that the last game. So he just had a child, not recently.
just had
recently.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was it was the first game that the kid got to go to, and it was his last home game. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I did too. I thought that was cool. Bears and the Lions. Talking about, do you play Justin Fields? I don't play him.
Detroit just does Detroit things. Everybody jumps on their bandwagon and they go lay an egg.
I know, but do you play Justin Fields? I don't play him.
100%. 100%. That's a rivalry game.
I don't play Justin Fields.
They want to beat the Lions. They'd love nothing better than knock the Lions out of playoffs.
I agree, but I don't. Man, I don't know. Broncos at the Chiefs.
Sorry, Jose.
This is
Jose. Did you see that meme I sent you? The coach. Is that not the funniest stuff ever? He says, "What was I supposed to do? It's hard to coach a guy that has more bathrooms in his house than touchdowns."
That was awesome. That was awesome. I was crying at that thing.
Oh, gosh. Too great.
That was great, though. But it's true. But like we said, I mean, this is my thing. First thing, if you're a head coach, Russell, you don't get an office. Those 6 parking spots, they're gone. Your players can't, because he has access to his office 24/7. No, you're done. You're a quarterback. You're a player. You're not a personnel. You're done. 6 parking spots, you're done.
You're not a part owner.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff is over. You got to get him a coach that says that stuff's over. And we're done with that. So, because it is true, dude, he has lost the locker room. People, the players don't. I mean, you can tell that they just don't like him. But my thing is this. For the Chiefs,
if you're Sean Payton, do you entertain that job?
No.
Oh man.
Colin Cowherd made a good point. He goes, "Why would you want it? You don't know the owners. They had 3 different people come up there and speak. Who's in charge?" Mm-hmm. And then the owner says, "Hey, the coach doesn't report to the GM. He reports to me." Excuse me? Mm-hmm. The coach reports to you, not to the GM. I think Jerry Jones has already said that formula does not work. It just doesn't. But anyway,
don't let Dallas lose the first round of the playoffs and Sean Payton be out there for a head coach.
Well, the whole thing is that Sean Payton wants to coach the Cowboys. I don't think he doesn't, but Jerry is not going to let go. If Stephen Jones was the owner, Sean Payton would already be the head coach. That's what I believe. Yeah. He'd already be the head coach.
But anyway, I think still have the rights to his contract.
No, he can go where he wants.
They're just friend of the family.
Yeah, he's a friend. He might even go back if you get him a different quarterback. He may even go back.
I don't know if he even legally can go away.
No, he can go anywhere he wants. Anywhere he wants.
Oh, he can. Yep. Okay.
Anywhere he wants. But I think it's a trap game for the Chiefs because the Broncos' defense is legit.
It 1,000,000% is a trap game.
And it is in the sense that it's just a rivalry game, but the Chiefs are playing for a home field advantage, and trust me, they don't want to go to Buffalo in January.
I think Buffalo, to me, Buffalo is about as bad as Kansas City sometimes. Yeah. The when it's cold
Kelsey,
as hell. It's cold.
Kelsey,
it's cold.
Touchdown,
it's cold. It's gonna be cold. I don't think
it is gonna be cold, but it ain't gonna. Kansas City
Buffalo.
Ain't gonna be as cold as Buffalo.
It ain't Buffalo cold. New England cold.
No.
New England cold is what it is. Then we've got the Dolphins at the Patriots. Do you play Tua? He just had his second. He's in concussion protocol. Second time this year. Do you play him?
Ask him.
I mean, they're playing for the playoffs. If he can play, he's gonna play.
No, but man,
it's up to him.
You know what though?
So,
They said that he had the concussion in the second half of the game.
Isn't it amazing that he always has a concussion when he sucks?
Yeah.
must be nice.
When
Must
he
be
throws
freaking
5
nice.
touchdowns, man, and he's playing, he don't know concussion syndrome, boy. He throws 3 picks in 3 minutes, boy. Now he's got a concussion.
Isn't that funny how that works?
It is.
I'm actually just going to run over here to the right, and I'm just going to get. I'm left-handed. I'm just going to get my self,
But dude, those
right
are,
over there.
but
Smack
those
my
were,
head off the ground, and then I just
dude.
call
How
it
does,
good.
how does,
Get out of
my
here.
thing is this: how do you not know he has a concussion?
Yeah.
How do you not know that?
I thought that was the job of the NFL representative standing on the sidelines watching for those plays.
I don't know how could you play the last 3 series with a concussion?
Depends on the player, I suppose.
No, that's whatever. Let's move on. Colts against the Giants.
Who cares?
Well, the Giants care. The Giants need that.
Giants got to win.
Yeah, I think they're going to just mop the floor with them.
They are, and the Colts are terrible. And hey, you know what's nice is I got Saquon Barkley as my running back in the finals of my
you lucky
Super Bowl for my
SOB.
fantasy football league. Watch out.
You lucky SOB.
Who do you have? Who do you have playing, Drew?
Dude, I'm playing Thunder George.
No. Who do you have playing? Who do you have playing?
I got Josh Allen.
Oh man.
I got
the Bills.
I got CeeDee Lamb. I got Judy from the Dolphins.
Well, you got the Bills versus the Penguins. So the Bills and Penguins.
Good.
Monday, hey, my quarterback's gonna play Monday Night Football, and it's gonna come down to that. Is what it's gonna come down to.
So you got Saquon Barkley, CD,
Dylan,
and Josh.
I got Dylan. I got Judy. I got Dylan from the Packers.
You got guys that need wins.
I got Hawkinson. I got Hawkinson from the Vikings.
Oh,
good for you.
Who's your defense?
You.
And I got the Baltimore Ravens defense
Ooh.
playing the Steelers.
Ooh, yeah, you.
And I got Dallas's kicker. We're looking tough.
You're looking pretty good. You're looking pretty good. Saints.
Strings are thin here. Strings are thin here.
Okay, we've already talked about Saints and Eagles. The Panthers.
Hey, watch out, Philly. Saints is not who you want to play.
Drew, we've already talked about it. Can we move on there? Can we move on? I know you're.
Eagles, cry. It's going to be a harsh landing on New Year's.
They're rolling their eyes back there at you. They can hear you back there. They just roll their eyes. They're rolling their eyes at you right now. Panthers at the Bucks.
Man, what a game. That's the game of the week. I mean, game of the week. Yeah, that's for all the marbles for the South Division, who Dallas gets to wipe the field with the first round playoffs.
At Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to take care of business. Yep. Don't you think they're being?
Yeah, that's one of those ones with Tom. I can never cut him out. Like I think he's gonna. I'm kind of nervous. I think Tom's gonna throw for like 4 tutties, probably like 250 yards or something. He's gonna. Yeah, I don't know.
And he's got the hottie.
Ben's got a man crush on Brady because that's the 35-year-old Tom Brady that he's talking about.
Oh, Brady and Rodgers
are my guy. 46-year-old geriatric guys rolling out there collecting a check.
Drew, first of all, his hottie girlfriend, a little youngster in there, so, he may be, hey.
Hey, I'm not saying he's not the GOAT, but this is it. He's got 3 games left. Tom Brady has 3 games left.
Crush on
y'all,
Brady and Rodgers are my man crush, but I never count them out. So if you count those 3 games, they might get them.
Oh, my God. Browns at the Drew's Redskins. Our Commanders, Ben. Drew's Redskins. Browns.
You said it.
Drew's Redskins.
Mama call them Redskins. I'm going to call them the Redskins. They're the Redskins.
Oh, my God.
Until further notice.
Unbelievable. Who do you like? Ben, I'm going to go with you because I can't listen to his mouth anymore. Tell me, Ben, you like the Browns?
I told you they would fold, too.
Oh, here we go. Okay, prognosticator, go ahead.
I'm not going with them, my friend.
You're going with the Browns?
Give me the.
How many points is that? How many points is that, Ben? I mean, Drew. Do you have that in front of you?
I do have it right here in front of me, and I'll be on the Browns as well with High Stick Harry. I like the Browns in that matchup.
High Stick Harry.
Just pound it. I like the under in that game.
Let me look I like here. The under the Browns run game.
Browns are. Boy, in front of her, it's not off the board. Browns are +2, and over/under is 40. So Browns are getting a couple points.
Wow.
As long as he gets in there, gets him a massage, gets tightened up for the game, he'll be all right.
Oh man.
Oh God. We just went
I
just
had so
in the
many things to
toilet.
say right
Just
there, and I
in the
just said-
toilet just that fast. Just gone. Just boom.
What happened?
Never mind. We're gonna move on to the
Too soon?
Jaguars.
Is it too soon?
Yeah, and then we're talking about the
It's
Jaguars.
never too soon, my friend. It is never too soon.
And we're talking about the Jaguars versus the Texans. So you're gonna segue right into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the Jaguars. I don't think that game's even close. Even though Ben thinks that's gonna be a close game,
I think it's gonna be a close game as well. The Texans, man, they almost beat the Eagles, almost beat the Cowboys, they beat the Cowboys, didn't they?
Well, I think that Jags team, I'm nervous.
A lot of almost in there for the Texans.
Okay, and then they almost beat the Chiefs.
I'm nervous with that team.
Niners at the Raiders.
Give me the Niners
game.
That's in that's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
It doesn't matter where it's at.
Yeah, it's in Vegas. The Niners.
Give me Derek Carr. Give me Derek Carr and the Raiders to knock Josh Purdy off that post.
Oh my God!
No way, you're doing that.
You know what they say about if you find a turtle on top of fence posts? Somebody helped him get there, and it's time to knock his ass off.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh my God, Drew.
Hey, I ride with you,
Drew.
Like I might not agree with you, but I gamble with you.
Somebody picks you up, puts you up there. It's time to get knocked off. So.
Okay.
Jeez.
Anyways, thank you, Ben. Jets versus the Seahawks. Hey, now Ben.
Gino's Pizza is open for one last weekend.
One more night a week.
So in other words, y'all got part of that delivery out of the Suez Canal, Ben. Is that what happened?
No shit, I sent it to him, so that way it's filled up.
Oh, you shipped it to him.
This is a cook at home pizza. This one you just get the ingredients. It's cold.
Nice.
Bring it home.
Speaking of pizza, did you see that? Did you see that commercial or that ad for the guy who has the golf cart that makes a pizza in 3 minutes? So you tee off, you have a foursome.
Yeah.
When you get to the tee, you pick out all your stuff. He makes a pizza in 3 minutes. So when everybody gets done teeing off,
pizza oven on the back of his golf cart.
Pizza oven on the back of his golf cart makes it in 3 minutes, and by the time all four people tee off, your pizza's ready to go.
No, I have not seen that.
I was like, dude, you know how much money you can make off that right there? Oh, my God.
Especially if it was like a 99-cent Totino's.
Well,
you roll that thing through. They charge $8.
Could be the same as Gino's Pizza. It was cheap because it's been so long since it's been open. That's what the deal like Gino's Pizza.
Totino's was like a cracker with some pepperoni and some cheese on it.
A big cracker with a little bit of red
saltine cracker.
Yeah, and like a couple of they cube that pepperoni up so tiny.
Something is wrong with
it.
Y'all have issues. That's all I know. Both of y'all have issues. Then, of course, the Jets. The Vikings at Packers.
So before we get to this, I just want Matt go ahead and say what I said was going to happen 16 weeks ago on Christmas Eve. Can we rewind the tape? Can we do that? I said there was no way on God's green Packer earth that the Dolphins were going to beat the Packers.
You did say that. You sent me a text to remind me.
Yes,
you did say that.
Patting myself on the back.
They shouldn't have lost, dude. They were up. They were kicking.
Matt owes me lunch somewhere. So, that was one of Matt's great picks at the first year.
Just have to give your mama some of them burnt ends. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben.
When Matt picked the Dolphins' schedule at the first year, that was his brilliant pick that they were going to beat the Packers on Christmas Day. So it didn't happen.
I did. I do owe you lunch.
I do owe you lunch.
I do owe you lunch.
So let's get back. This is what I need to happen. I need the Packers to beat up on the Vikings.
Yes, you do. The Packers need it too.
Because when the Eagles drop 2 in a row, Dallas wins all the tiebreakers. That's what it need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they do. Because and they got the one over the whatchamacallit too, don't they? The Niners.
No, they don't have the one. The Niners would get them, but they'd win the tiebreakers against those two.
Yeah, because the Niners are 11-4, Cowboys 11-4, And
Niners get them because they won the division. Niners won their division.
Yeah, who do they have? They have the Commanders, and who do they have after that? Who do the Niners have the last game of the year?
I mean, I'm taking the Raiders against them.
So if the Cowboys, if the Eagles lose their last two, and then
the
Niners
Cowboys
lose,
and the Niners either get beat by the Niners would have to get beat by the Raiders or the Cardinals.
Oh yeah. Anyway, that's over. Anyway, let's move on.
So
That ain't happening. Let's just go on and move on.
We gotta have the Raiders. Gotta have the Raiders. Las Vegas, baby.
Oh my God. Okay, the Rams and the Chargers. The battle of SoFi.
That will mean absolutely nothing because I'm Chargers not wanting to play their quarterback.
Dude, hey, what's up with our boy? We got to get Tracy on sometime, dude. What's up with him and the Baker Mayfield? What is he talking about?
Yeah,
we got to get Tracy on, man. God dang. He said
he's struggling.
Ben, he was talking about he's the greatest ever. Greatest ever.
No.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and then I mean that game just gonna stink. Like if we're gonna like allow people to flex, like let's flex the schedule.
Drew, we need to get. You know what we need to do?
Team next year.
Drew, what we need to do is we need to get Tracy to be a sponsor. He can sponsor his own sponsorship. Say the OU spot. Anything to do with OU football, we'll have him on talking about OU football once a week or something. So he can just
the big red homer pick of the week.
Something, dude.
He's got to pick OU football.
Ben, you don't even know this guy. It's terrible. He is just. I'm like, man, what are you doing, Tracy? Boy,
hey.
God dang.
It's sometimes better to be stubborn and smart.
Yeah, I guess, but god dang. I mean, I know you're successful, bro, in business, but come on, homie. Okay.
No, you don't ever win all your money.
Yeah. I'm just saying, god dang. Steelers versus the Ravens. Sunday night football.
Come on, Ravens defense. I mean, listen to this. I got my defense on Sunday night football, and I got my quarterback on Monday night football. So it's going to be something special. It's going to be.
So you're going to be, you're either primetime flying or primetime.
Right. Well, and the crazy thing is that George, who I'm playing, has Dak Prescott on Thursday night. So it could be over. If Prescott goes out there and lays an egg, I mean, I could be like a 99%.
But the question is, do you want to lose in fantasy football or do you want to win for the Cowboys?
Oh, I would much rather win in this fantasy football.
Yeah, get a couple $1,000. Yeah, a couple $1,000.
Yeah. I mean, couple stacks. I'll take it because Dallas really can't improve their playoffs much unless just the miracle happens.
You guys are really homers there, you two dudes. I'll tell you what.
I just need to see that. I mean, I'll take a 10-9 Dallas win. You know, Prescott maybe turns an ankle in the first quarter and sits out just for precautionary reasons. Cooper Rush comes in and cleans up. I mean, that's what I'm looking for.
That is just, you guys are so wrong. And then, of course, the last game Monday night, Bills and Bengals. That could be for home field advantage.
Could be the game of the year.
That's home field advantage.
That's the game of the year.
Because if the Bengals win out, the Chiefs lose one, and they beat the Bills, and they go all the way through.
Yeah.
The Bengals are home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Number 1 seed.
And you got everybody healthy for the Bengals. I think it's just going to be it's going to be a good football game. We've had some Josh
out on throws for like 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. I mean,
and Josh Burrows the same way. They go into overtime or something.
Yeah.
That's like what we wanted for.
That's exactly what
you're going against them. Oh, you're going against them.
Yeah, he's going against them. Yeah. You guys are cracking me up right now. You guys are really, truly cracking me up right now. Y'all are a mess is what you two are. That's all I can say about that.
Hey, it's all for all the marbles. Let's go. Let's do it. 9:15 tonight, folks. I mean, that's another one. Let's do it.
I'm pumped for that.
Yeah, I've got my OSU gear on, Drew. I'm ready and pumped up for it, my friend. Ready to go for the Cowboys tonight to do the thing that they need to be able to do. So I'm excited about that, my friend. I'm excited about our Cowboys tonight.
What's High Stick Harry got tonight for some hockey?
Well, we
had a couple.
We only have hockey games tonight. We don't have any scores, so we can go. You want to go over them, Drew? You want to go them, Ben, or you just want to wait till tomorrow to go over the scores?
Yeah, I'll go over them real quick. I'll run through them.
Okay.
But Drew, so the NHLPA, like the Players Association,
are you going to ask him?
they're very smart. So they said I talked to Maddie about this a couple times, but they don't play on Christmas. They don't play the day after Christmas. So they're very damn smart. They get to go, they still make their money and they still get to go home and hang out with their family. So it's great, good for them. But we'll run through these real quick. We got obviously the Capitals, the Rangers. That'll be around 6 p.m. I believe tomorrow. Obviously the OB watch. Ovechkin's on there. So, but it was last week there was a really classy move by the Jets. Ovechkin scored 2 goals in the game. He passed Gordie Howe, and the Jets all came out after the game and every single player on the team shook his hand. Gave him a hug and that kind of thing. And the whole Jets fans, they actually, gave him a round of applause, which is very beautiful.
Winnipeg needs to change their name on principle alone by guilt by association to the Jets.
I agree.
The New York Jets and the Mets.
I don't understand why they got the same damn thing. So JTS Jets, they're chanting that the whole damn time, and Obi's clapping his hands, and it was kind of a cool thing.
Dude, how about Ben? How about the commercial? Did you see the commercial between the Penguins and the Bruins? How the 2 old veterans went at each other talking trash. Have you seen that to promote that?
Smack talk.
Smack talk. I was like, awesome. Respect your elders.
That was something different.
That was good.
I like that.
Anyway,
the NHL going back on ESPN, it's been huge for the game, and little things like that, like commercials. People see that, they think about it, they think about hockey. It's good for the game.
Well, that game being on TNT will help.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I don't
now
know how they got
there's a lot of hockey on tonight.
Yeah, 11 games, but the Leafs and the Blues, Drew's Blues.
Yeah.
Do you like that tonight, Ben?
I do. I like the plus 145 at home.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. That Blues team, they're the streakiest team in the league. So if you're going to sprinkle, that's the team to sprinkle on. You know what I mean?
Sitting at 500, got a chance to go above 500 tonight too.
Yep, and then what about
all the hockey? All these teams, all these divisions, and everything are so damn close right now. So it's been very good season.
Yep, and then you got my Stars at the Predators tonight.
I know. I was pumped that the Stars were playing. I was absolutely juiced about that, and I saw Otters in that. So you got a great chance to win this game for your boys. But they should Robo should get a goal, and I imagine Otter will probably have 30-something saves. He's going to light it up.
Yep, and then of course the Wild and the Jets, the JETS Mets.
Yep, this one's going to be playoff atmosphere right here. So the Stars and the Jets, obviously, they're fighting in that division right there. So it'd be great if your Stars could get at least even an overtime point, if not a win. And then the Jets, hopefully the Wild can take them down. They might jump a few spots. So.
Yep, then you got the Avalanche and the Coyotes, the Yotes.
Yep, those damn Yotes, they're pesky as hell. Just exactly everybody knows they are. But the Avs, they're sticking strong. If they can get a point here tonight, I imagine when other boys get healthy, they're going to keep going.
Yep, I agree with that 100%. Then, of course, the Oilers and the Flames.
Yep, there's another massive game for the standings here. That Metro division, everybody's separated by about 4 points. So, you get a win for 2 points. So these wins right here, right now, I told you guys earlier, I think the Oilers are going to end up bouncing out of the playoffs. I think the Flames are going to take their spot. The Kings are in second in that division. I think it's just going to be in the Pacific there, I believe. And they're going to if the Flames beat them tonight, it'll be a big game.
And that's going to be a huge game between the G-Knights and the Kings.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge game.
And the Kings, that's another division game that's like first and second. They're battling right there.
Yep.
And, like I told you, them Oilers in that same division, they're going to get kicked out of there in the Pacific. And it's because they don't have enough depth right now. So we're going to see them. It's going to be a whole change at the guard, if you know what I'm saying. So, but the Kings are old, so that they might have like 1 or 2 more years to have a run at the Cup. That's it.
Oh, then the final game, you got the Canucks tonight, man. Well, who do you like in that? You like those Nucks?
This one's one of those games where you're like, I don't really know what's going to happen, but because the division is so close, both these teams still honestly have a shot at the playoffs. If hockey, you can have a 7-game win streak here and there. It just randomly happens. It's happened multiple times this year. Like I've said, I think we have I think I have right now. I think I have 6-7 game win streaks in the NHL right now.
Wow.
So like not right now, but I'm saying just over over the year. So I mean, any team can turn it around at any point.
Yeah.
So like these teams being just 1 or 2 points out. I mean, if just takes 5 or 6 wins, and you're right in the. I mean, you're almost winning the playoffs. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Drew, we got the bowls coming up. What did you think about Baylor getting beat by Air Force?
It was an easy call. Cold weather, Baylor missing a ton of players, and that game meant a lot more to Air Force than it did Baylor.
Tons
I mean,
more.
that's Air Force. That's Air Force.
You nailed that one. Nailed it.
And you don't bet against an armed force team in an armed forces bowl. I mean, come on.
I mean, I don't think you can do it at any point in your life.
That's what's kind of troubling about the Orange Bowl. Both teams are orange, so now you got to really figure out who's going to win.
Who's going to win?
who is really orange? Yeah.
Which orange? Which shade? No. Then of course the bowls this week. You've got we got all the bowls this week.
But seriously though, those bowl games mean a lot more to Air Force
and Navy and Army. Yeah.
And Baylor only had to travel like an hour and a half to get there. It was in Fort Worth.
Baylor, but yeah, that's true. They don't have to go.
Poor showing for the Big 12 in that game.
Yep, of course. And then we got the next Big 12 team tonight. Yep. You like Wisconsin over OSU, so the Big 12 may be 0-2, according to Drew. What's going to happen in that? And then tomorrow night,
I just don't like the matchup.
I don't either. Plus, with our players leaving and all the turmoil in the house and the quarterback, and it's just of course. And then of course tomorrow we have Mississippi versus Tech, and Ben and I were talking yesterday. We don't know which Tech team is going to show up, the good one or the bad one.
And for whatever reason, Lane Kiffin usually always shows up for bowl games. Ole Miss usually plays all right. I haven't seen a whole lot of dissension from the Ole Miss program, losing a bunch of players.
They like him.
Nor Texas Tech, so that may be a pretty big bowl game. That may be a good one.
I think a lot of players on both those teams are trying to make the NFL. So they're not sitting out many players like that. So that should be a good one. There's a bunch of these guys that are kind of sitting here and there. But I think both those teams, they're not top of the line. So they really want to play.
Yeah, I mean, you got one chance playing a bowl game. I mean, I agree. Some of these kids leaving and I'm going to go prepare for the draft. Well, you know what? Why not prepare for the draft in the bowl game and show your skills with your quarterback who you're familiar with instead of showing up for a draft day and some washed up 6'5" pocket passer throwing darts.
Yeah, some 40-year-old.
Yeah, but you remember though.
Nerf gun shots.
Remember the guy from what was it? Was it the Notre Dame guy that got drafted by the Cowboys, tore his knee up in the bowl game?
One guy, I agree.
So
one guy. It's the Jalen Smith, he hurt his knee, but you don't say anything about the guy from Alabama who got his knee twisted in warm-ups and before the bowl game.
Yep, before the bowl game.
Anything could happen walking down the street.
No, I agree with that. But as a player, as a parent, you're not going to let if your kid is going to the NFL and he's a top draft, he ain't playing.
Which also could go to show, these bowl games just don't mean as much as they used to.
No, they don't. But Drew,
back in the day, in the 90s and early 2000s, I mean, if you got a chance to go play at a bowl game and you were a fifth-year senior and you've been at that school for 5 years, I mean, this was like the highlight of your career to go play.
Because there wasn't that many. Because there wasn't that many.
Right.
Now there's it's just ridiculous. If you're my thing is this, you got to be 500 to go to a bowl. 500.
Yep.
That's mediocrity.
Nebraska was 5-7 one year and went to a bowl game because they made good grades.
Yeah.
Do you boys think that the extended playoff, how they're trying to do that, 12, 16 team or whatever they're doing, you think that's going to change anything, or you think it's going to just almost inhabit it?
I think it'll help the bowl games that they incorporate.
Well, this is the deal, Drew. What they're going to do is you're going to take away the championship game to add that extra, because it would be the number 5 team would play at home against number 12. Then after that game,
I like taking away the conference championship games. Then it makes the regular season
worthwhile.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is then after that, then those teams you'll still have bowl games. So people will still go to bowl games, but they will wait, because then once 12 loses against 5 or whomever, then they're going to that bowl game. So people will still be going to the bowl games, but it'll be a little different now because you're playing all the way down. All you're doing is eliminating the championship game. That's really all you're doing. I mean, That's all you're doing is eliminating the championship game. Because remember, after those first 4 games are at home, then after that, everybody plays at a bowl game like they normally would to get to the championship. But that's kind of nice for teams. I mean, especially if you're a number 5th ranked team to play another home game, how much money does that bring to your school and to your economy and your town you're in? You know what I'm saying? Instead of going and playing a bowl game, that
100%.
money's staying there. So,
and especially if you got like beat by like a bad bounce, like that stuff happens in sports. Like you just get a bad bounce every once in a while.
Yep.
So
And
like,
then,
maybe down the road maybe down the road what you look into is okay. You get these teams that get a bye or get a home game. Well, maybe try to find a bowl game that's closer to their home state, incorporate that into it. I don't know.
and then,
If you got a Florida or Florida State, maybe move it to the Orange Bowl, or if you got a Sugar Bowl and Alabama's right there. I mean, they always have 60,000 people at the Sugar Bowl.
You got a Cotton Bowl in Texas.
Cotton Bowl in Texas or OU's right there.
Just throwing the same damn thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Then of course the last game is Arkansas versus KU, and
that's going to be a hell of a ball game.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun game to watch.
And you and I talked about that too, Drew, last week or whenever, a couple weeks ago. We talked about when it was announced. This game could be, and KU will be healthy. Yep. Arkansas has lost a lot of players, so this is a chance for KU to really get on the map. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what we were saying. Just Kansas, all those kids. It's a little bit of a smaller school than Arkansas, obviously. So a lot of those kids, they want to play. They want to go do their last game. They want to go do that. Arkansas, a lot of those guys are like, maybe next year I can go do this. So like that's why these bowl games are kind of starting.
Give me the over 68.5 in that game because KU plays zero defense.
Well,
that is at the Liberty Bowl. Liberty Bowl. So Arkansas should have some fans there.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll get that breakdown since both of those games are tomorrow.
Well, you got a great bowl game tomorrow night. Oregon and North Carolina out in San Diego will be a ball game.
Yep.
Chad May's going to play. Oregon got their quarterback coming back. He's playing tomorrow night. I mean, it should be a great game.
Yeah, I'm excited about what's going to happen with that, dude. I mean, I like the bowl games.
Yes, sir.
I like what's happening. So I'm excited to see what they're
doing.
Give
me North Carolina plus 13 points, too.
Yeah. You said, by the way, how you had me that?
And they've timed them out a lot better, too. They used to have them at the same damn time. Now that at least they're different times. So you can watch football all day.
Agreed. And it's going to be, man, this is the best time of the year, man. This whole month, this last month and a half with the World Cup and then baseball ending, adding in football, now making a difference. The NBA, like Drew said, after Christmas is when the NBA really is starting to kick up, and you're going to see who's who starting now. So I'm excited about watching all of that and seeing what's happening. And then now we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to be done. Our last segment, of course, is our power rankings. All three of us did our power rankings here.
Yeah, I only did 2 sports, but I got 2
Well, we're doing football. We're just going to do football since all three of us did that. So football, of course, we're looking at it. I'm going to go with you first, Drew. You got the Chiefs, the Bills, the Niners, Cowboys, Eagles is your top 5. And then you're bringing in the Bengals, the Vikings, the Chargers, the Packers, and the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving the 49ers some love. They're playing well right now. That defense is legit. And but I still kind of put the Chiefs up there number 1, and then we're gonna find out what the Bills got this weekend.
Them Bucks are a good 10. That's like a solid 10 pick right there. I couldn't tell if I wanted them in there or not.
You say you couldn't tell?
The Bucks. I refuse to put the Vikings in the top 5. If you get beat at home 40-3, so they're not in my top 5 ever.
There you go. I understand that. That makes sense.
And then, of course, Ben, you're sitting here with
can't get beat 40-3 at home.
No, you shut me up right there. You shut my ass up.
I put them back down. But Ben, you've got the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Vikings at 6, Eagles at 7, Chargers.
Yeah, with no QB, it's hard.
Chargers, Packers, and Jaguars. That's who you got. But Drew, how do you put the Bucks in there, dude? I can't put them in the top 10 team.
Same reason you put the Jags in there. They're both 7-9.
That's what it was between them two for me.
Yeah, I guess y'all both got them in there. I've got the Chiefs, the Bengals. Yeah, I've got the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills, the Niners, Cowboys is number 5 for me. Then I've got the Eagles, Chargers, Vikings, Ravens, and then the Jaguars rounding it out.
I like you throwing the Ravens in there.
Yeah, the Ravens do. The
I
Ravens
wanted
do.
to say
You know
that.
what we need to do, Matt? Next week we need to revisit our preseason picks.
We're going to do that next week. We're going to do that actually the following week. Because next week there's there's 3 weeks left or 2 weeks left?
Because I have a feeling the Broncos aren't winning their division on my end.
Yeah. Well, but I looked at that and, dude, we were not.
Sorry about that, Jose.
Yeah. That was that was kind of bad, bro. In fact, Drew, here, let me pull it up. Drew, I'm gonna try to pull up and see if I can find our picks that we had for that. Let me see. Can I find that real quick?
That's what's called a radio tease. Let's go that till the next week.
Oh no, we're gonna do it now. We're gonna do it. I'm just seeing if I can still. I don't know if I still have it.
You know we're doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, not if we don't. I gotta find. I'll look it up in when I get.
My Cowboys 13-4 record's looking pretty tough though.
Yeah, you did. You did throw that in there. What did you have the Dallas at? Let me see.
13-4.
It was if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was.
Let me see. Dallas Cowboys schedule. Yeah, Drew, what'd you have, man? Let me see. Did I have that in there? I'll have to go look and see where I have them in there. I had the Dallas Cowboys. Ooh, I ain't gonna even say that. I don't even want to go there. I'm not even gonna bring up what I had. I'm not bringing up what I had. I had them at 10-7.
Oh.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring that up. Yeah, let's change that. Yeah, Drew, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do it because I know that I had in the AFC. I had the Bills, the Chiefs, I think I had. I want to say I had the Bengals or either the Ravens. I think I had the Ravens.
Yep.
I think I had the Ravens winning it. And then I had who was the fourth one? Who's in Jacksonville's? It wasn't the Jaguars.
Titans.
I had the Titans, and then the playoffs team was the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Raiders.
Yep.
I totally blew that. But the
Yeah,
NFC,
not very good.
But the NFC, I did have the Vikings. I had the Cowboys. I had the Niners, and I had the Rams. I think. Excuse me. I had the Rams. In there, then I had the Bucks, and then I had the Niners and Green. No, we had Green Bay. Drew, you and I both had Green Bay winning.
They're still in it.
No, we had them winning the division.
Yep.
They can't win the division.
Still in it. They can't win the division, but they can make
Oh
playoffs.
yeah,
They can make the playoffs.
They can still win the conference.
Yeah, we both had the Vikings. You and I had the Vikings, and
I got Green Bay in the Super Bowl.
Me too.
I didn't have that. I didn't even get close. Yeah, that wasn't even on my radar.
Not a deep. No, I mean, not a lot amount.
No, I did not have that. I did not have that. I can promise you I didn't have that. But I definitely got to pull those up, Drew. I'm surprised. I thought I had left it up here, but on our deal for the full year, so that you and I could go back. But but I do not have our picks for that. I wish
we can go back and make sure that I had that Green Bay would beat the Dolphins on.
Now
Christmas
I
Day,
remember
though.
that.
Sure.
No, you know, there's no sense in you rubbing it in. I said that I'm gonna buy you lunch. You sent that to me immediately last night. I remember.
I think
yes.
I foresee some Neds in my future.
That is tomorrow, by the way.
Shit.
We are at Ned's tomorrow.
Give me some nutties.
We're at Ned's. We're at Ned's tomorrow, by the way. So
Little bit of chicken fry.
Cold beer on Friday night.
There you go.
No,
thank you, Ben. Thanks for not leaving me hanging out there.
You're welcome. I couldn't do that to you.
I could do it to him. I could do it to him with no issues at all. Let me tell you that right now. But anyway, yeah, Drew will be at Ned's tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow, and then Thursday we're in Yukon. So you two, I don't know. And Ben, you're on tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. I'll be on.
Tomorrow, is it tomorrow or Thursday? When is it? When are y'all coming back
I
from the
usually
lake?
do Monday, Tuesday, Friday, but I missed Monday, so I'll do whatever. Don't matter.
Okay, now you got time y'all
There,
getting back
there,
from the
there's
lake.
been hockey for a few days.
What time y'all getting back from the lake?
No, I'll be back tonight.
Okay, all right. Drew,
You going ice fishing or something?
He's already went ice skating. He went skating the other night, Ben. Drew. He sent me a
I'll send
picture.
them videos over.
I know a little bit of something about some ice fishing. I lived in Omaha for 14 years. It's
There
fun.
you go. Yeah,
Don't knock it.
pond out by Duluth.
I don't know how much fishing. I don't know how much fishing actually gets done in there, but I went.
I don't do
I
any
went
fishing.
ice,
I don't
ice
fish.
drinking.
I don't fish.
Well,
I don't hunt. I don't do
just drink
guns.
and hopefully a fish. Yeah,
Oh, my
you just drink
God.
and hopefully a fish.
You cut a hole in the
snags in.
ice and hopefully something bites. If not, you get real good.
Correct.
You know
And
what,
don't
really-
fall in
across
that
the
one
ice.
hole.
Right now, I really want to call you to something, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say what I really want to
I
say.
mean, what we need right now is a banjo to start playing.
Oh. This is a
I don't know. We're
black.
just Drew picks up.
We ain't doing no banjo. This is a black man show. We ain't doing no banjo on no show over here. That ain't happening. Just letting you know
back.
right now. Now we
Come
can
on.
go. Now we can do some of that, but we ain't doing no, ain't no banjo.
Hey, I got
But
my
ain't the dang
kazoo ready.
yeah,
You
no
holler at me.
ukulele, all of that nonsense. We ain't doing.
I got
none
my
of that.
kazoo ready. You holler
Oh
at me.
my God! Don't you start in. Look, I'm
All
gonna.
right, boys. You guys have a good one.
I'm
Cheers.
done
Yeah?
with both of y'all right now. Look, I'm cutting these two off right now. They're done. Okay, this is the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, not with the Hockey Man and not with Husker Drew. Go Cowboys. We're not doing none of that stuff. So anyway, you guys got anything else y'all
Enjoyed
want?
football today. Got a great slate tonight. Go Cowboys.
Uh-huh.
HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
He just couldn't resist himself, could he, Ben? Oh, Ben's already gone. Well, I got Ben off the air, man. I'm doing pretty good. I got rid of both of them. I kind of like that. I might be able to enjoy the show by myself right now. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Everybody be safe. I'm your host.